social bridges between our lands.
Hello, I'm Maricar Velasco and welcome to ASEAN in Focus, delivering to you the latest news in and around the ASEAN region. On today's headlines. A Saudi woman being held at Bangkok airport will be sent back Monday, Thai authorities said, after she made a desperate plea for asylum and for other passengers to help protest her deportation. Due to a software bug experienced by Singapore Airlines, the private information of more than 280 KrisFlyer members were disclosed to other members. Some even had their passport numbers shared to strangers. The 5-day visit of the Russian flotilla in the Philippines is aimed at strengthening the relationship between the navies of the two countries. A Saudi woman being held at Bangkok airport will be sent back Monday, Thai authorities said, after she made a desperate plea for asylum and for other passengers to help protest her deportation. The incident comes against the backdrop of intense scrutiny of Saudi Arabia over its investigation when she arrived at the Thai capital's Suvarnabhumi airport and her travel document was forcibly taken from her, a claim backed by Human Rights Watch. Shortly before the scheduled departure, Kunun posted a plea for people within the transit area in Bangkok to protest against deporting her.
I'm not leaving my room until I see UNHCR. I want asylum. I'm not leaving my room until I see...
In a sign of growing desperation during the night, Kunun posted video of her barricading her hotel room door with furniture. If sent back, she said she will likely be imprisoned and sure 100% her family will kill her, she told media. A senior Thai immigration official said Sunday that Kunun was denied entry because she lacked further documents such as return ticket or money, and Thailand had contacted the Saudi Arabia embassy to coordinate. Phil Robertson of Human Rights Watch said Kunun faces grave harm if she is forced back to Saudi Arabia, and that Thailand should allow her to see the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and apply for asylum. The 5-day visit of the Russian flotilla in the Philippines is aimed at strengthening the relationship between the navies of the two countries, Philippine Navy spokesperson's Commander Jonathan Zata said. Earlier, the Russian Navy's large anti-submarine ship Admiral Hatinlev-guided missile cruiser Admiral Varyag and large sea tanker Boris Botuma docked at Pier 9, South Harbor, Manila, for their goodwill visit, which started January 6 and will end on the 11th. The Russian contingent, headed by Rear Admiral Edward E. Mikhailov, was welcomed by Commodore Toribio Adasi. The goodwill visit is the first for the Russian Navy this year and the 7th since 2012. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha and his entourage will fly to Nakhon Si Thammarat on Monday to see the damage caused by Tropical Storm Pabuk, now downgraded to a low-pressure area, and visit storm-hit people. Prime Minister's Deputy Secretary General for Political Affairs Putipong Punakanta said on Sunday. Mr. Putipong said General Prayut has been informed by the National Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Center that Tropical Storm Pabuk has weakened and will eventually dissolve. However, people are advised to closely monitor official weather forecasts and stay alert for possible heavy downpours in some areas, especially in Phetchaburi, Prachuap, Kirikan, Champuchon, and Ranong provinces, which could lead to forest runoff and flash floods in low-lying areas. Pabuk, a once-in-3-decade weather system, backed winds of up to 75 kilometers an hour and brought heavy rains and storm surges as as it lashed the entire south of the kingdom on Friday, downing power cables and causing widespread flooding. A fisherman died in southern Patani province early Friday after high waves smashed into his boat, and another crew member was reported missing, while a 35-year-old man in Nakhon in Tamarat died when a tree toppled onto his house. However, the storm tacked away from the key tourist islands of Koh Samui, Koh Phangan and Koh Tao, where large numbers of travelers hunkered down for 24 hours in heavy rains, unable to leave as airports closed and ferry services were cancelled. Launched at the 24th ASEAN Transport Ministers meeting in Bangkok, the video you're about to see highlights the evolution of air transport connectivity in the ASEAN region. It also underlines the benefits of various ASEAN air transport initiatives in contributing towards a more competitive and resilient ASEAN, bringing people closer together and facilitating the efficient, safe and secure movement of goods, services and capital.
ASEAN is one of the fastest growing aviation markets in the world. ASEAN air traffic, one of the busiest in the world, is projected to increase among ASEAN member states by 6.5% annually from 2013 to 2033. Recognizing that a well-integrated and sustainable air transportation network is imperative for the acceleration of ASEAN's economic development and market integration, the 13th ASEAN Summit endorsed the initiative of establishing an ASEAN Single Aviation Market (ASAM) by 2015 in support of the development of the ASEAN Economic Community (AEC). ASAM will contribute towards a more competitive and resilient ASEAN, as it will bring people closer together and facilitate the efficient, safe and secure movement of goods, services and capital closer together. In April 2016, ASEAN reached a significant milestone in its ongoing ASEAN community building process, with the realization of open skies for the ASEAN market through the full ratification of the ASEAN Open Skies Agreements. ASEAN has concluded and signed the protocol to implement the 10th package of commitments on air transport services under the ASEAN Framework of Services (AFAS) to further liberalize air transport ancillary services in the region. ASEAN is also reaching out to engage and work with ASEAN's dialogues partners to enhance air connectivity with the major market partners. The implementation of this measure has further strengthened collaboration with China, Japan, the Republic of Korea, the United States and the European Union in many sectors of aviation, including economic components, aviation safety, aviation security and air traffic management. ASEAN Air Traffic Management Master Plan, which provides an ASEAN framework for transition to the seamless ATM environment to meet future requirements, has been adopted and implementation of ASEAN ATM Master Plan is ongoing. Mutual Recognition Arrangement on Flight Crew Licensing (MRA on FCL), covering the mutual recognition of approvals, certificates and licenses related to flight crew licensing issued by an ASEAN member state civil aviation authority, has also been adopted and implementing protocols are under progress. In line with post-2015 Vision for Transport Cooperation and Kuala Lumpur Transport Strategic Plan (KLTSP) as guided by ASEAN Transport Ministers, ASEAN put its best effort towards greater connectivity, efficiency, integration, safety and sustainability of ASEAN air transport to strengthen ASEAN's competitiveness and foster regional inclusive growth and development.
ASEAN in Focus will be right back.
I am Leo Kino, EBC correspondent from Vancouver, Canada, and I am standing here in front of the Olympic Cauldron located in the downtown Vancouver. Did you know that the 2010 Winter Olympic was hosted in Vancouver? Make sure to tune in to Digitalness every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. I am Leo Kino, and I am 1 with 25.
Federalismo. Maraming mga bansang mauunlad ang nasa ilalim ng sistemang federalismo gaya ng Switzerland, Germany, United States of America, Canada at Australia. Sa federalismo na kanilang ginagamit, binago nila ang sistema para tumugma sa mga pangangailangan ng kanilang bansa.
Welcome back. The Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Manila is offering an increased scholarship slots for Filipinos intending to pursue degree studies or Mandarin language program in Taiwan. In an announcement on Friday, the TECO said Taiwan's Ministry of Education has decided to offer additional scholarship slots for Filipinos due to popular demand and the positive response from Filipino students in the previous year. Taiwan representative to the Philippines, Michael Pieyong, HSU, is hoping that more Filipinos will seize this opportunity to study and experience Taiwan. He noted that the people of Taiwan and the Philippines complement each other and that Taipei is the best location for Filipinos to pursue higher education. Starting January 1 until March 16 of 2019, TECO will accept application for the International Cooperation and Development Fund with grant covering the students' full tuition, living expenses, economy class airfare tickets, and textbook costs. Scholars pursuing master's degree will receive a monthly stipend of 15,000 and 17,000 NTD for those pursuing doctoral degrees. Interested scholars may visit www.icdf.org.tw/ct.asp. On February 1 until April 30, 2019, TECO will accept applications for the MOE scholarship with the grant covering a 4-year undergraduate studies, a 2-year scholarship for master's degree, or up to 4 years for doctoral degree. The MOE will shoulder 40,000 NTD each semester for the corresponding tuition and miscellaneous expenses. Interested applicants may visit the ministry website at edu.law.moe.gov.tw/anglawcontent.aspx. The government's economic managers on Friday vowed to continue working towards further reining in the prices of commodities, even as the country's inflation rate has already declined to a 7-month low of 5.1% in December. In a statement, they said, nevertheless, they continue to exert all efforts to bring inflation within the government's target range of 2 to 4% and ensure price stability all year round. While they can say that the worst seems over given the signs of easing price pressures, they continue to be vigilant of possible risks. The National Economic and Development Authority, Department of Finance, and the Department of Budget and Management noted that ensuring sufficient supply of rice and other major agricultural products from local sources remains crucial over the near term, especially with the looming El Niño phenomenon this year. The economic team said rice prices are projected to decline by as much as 7 pesos per kilo with the expected signing into law of the rice tariffication bill this year. The NEDA, DOF, and DBM also underscored the need for the Philippine Competition Commission to be vigilant in curbing anti-competitive behavior, particularly in the rice market. Further, they said that the government is closely monitoring domestic prices to ensure that the new excise tax on oil is not yet reflected in the prices at the start of the year, noting that old fuel inventories are not subjected to the tax increase. Economic managers noted that the Philippines continues to benefit from the falling prices of the international crude oil, resulting in a series of oil price rollbacks for the past 2 months. Inflation rate decelerated to 5.1% in December 2018, sharply down from November's 6%, mainly softened by slower price increases in food and non-alcoholic beverages and transportation. From pillow fights and three-legged races to balancing on greasy poles, Myanmar marks its 71st Independence Day with an array of street games. The national park is one of the important key biodiversity areas of the Philippines. This ASEAN Heritage Park is composed of 2 mountains, Mount Tipoong and Mount Hibok-Hibok, which is an active volcano located in the northwest area of the island. The park is rich in species diversity and the unique ecotourism characteristics being the source of well-known waterfalls, cold springs, hot springs, and soda waters. More news when ASEAN in Focus returns.
Hi everyone, I'm Maria Matikio, and today I'm here at Haystack Rock in Oregon. So this famous rock formation is a great place to witness sunrise and sunsets. You can set up a picnic blanket and hang out with your friends or family here at the beach. For more stuff like this, tune in to EBC Digital Nest. I'm Rio, and I'm 1 with 25.
Landmarks, Linggo, alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi.
Welcome back. Vietnam will enhance its telecommunications infrastructure, expand its broadband network, and develop 5G mobile connectivity this year.
4 models.
The latter is a key component of the government's Resolution 01 in which the Ministry of Information and Communication will grant test 5G frequencies to operators this year and expand them in 2020. Head of the Policies and Planning Division of the Ministry of Information and Communications Authority of Communications, Tran Tuan An, said Vietnam defined 5G as network infrastructure for all sectors of the economy, not just for communication. It would be expanded, raising the working capacity of all sectors based on radio communication infrastructure. Under the vision of Qualcomm, Nokia, Samsung, and other companies developing 5G services and technology, the 5G mobile network will boost self-driving cars, IoT, and cloud computing. An told News VN that there were currently very few terminals supporting 5G networks, so this technology did not yet have the capability to reach everyone. With the needs of users today, 4G still met their demands. Worldwide, there are 18 5G networks deployed by more than 20 suppliers. There are also 134 5G networks being tested in 62 countries around the world. By 2019, the world will officially adopt 5G standard at the World Radio Communication Conference of the ITU, a specialized UN agency for information and communications technologies. Due to a software bug experienced by Singapore Airlines, the private information of more than 280 KrisFlyers members were disclosed to other members. Some even had their passport numbers shared to strangers. KrisFlyer member Trisha Leo noticed something was off when she logged into her account on January 5, Saturday. She saw a different email address on her profile page, and after refreshing her login, she was able to see the anonymous person's entire history, upcoming trips, miles, and other information. She tried calling Singapore Airlines to inform them of the incident, but was merely advised to log off for 24 hours since they were upgrading their system. Because of her report, SIA has looked into the problem and has updated the public on what happened. It turns out that a software bug got into the system and affected 284 KrisFlyer accounts. Their names, flight history, recent miles transactions, and rewards were disclosed to other members. Furthermore, 7 of the total cases may have had their passports numbers revealed. The bug acted in a way wherein 2 members logging in at the same time would see each other's details. According to SIA, the breach came from internal sources and was not caused by an external party. Singapore Airlines has given an update that the issue has been resolved and they are now following up with the affected customers for more information. They have also contacted the Personal Data Protection Commission of Singapore regarding the incident while taking steps to ensure it does not happen again. One of ASEAN's goals is to deepen linkages and enhance its physical infrastructure, institutions, and people-to-people relations. A master plan has been drawn up to create ASEAN Connectivity 2025.
We live in a digital world. Communications soar across borders with a swipe of a screen. Goods are sold in a global marketplace with a tap of a key. With the Master Plan on ASEAN Connectivity 2025, our goal is to improve the region's infrastructure to enhance the movement of people, goods and services. We aim to deepen regional linkages and enhance the region's physical infrastructure, institutions and people-to-people relations.
Singapore sees the great potential of e-commerce in ASEAN. A study that was done by Temasek and Google last year showed that it is actually growing on a 36% year-on-year growth. This will reach about $88 billion by 2025. To address this, SingPost have actually transformed itself from a national post to a global e-commerce logistics company. The ASEAN logistics network can be supported by a strong regulatory environment. This includes tariff-free trade policy to have goods that can freely flow across the logistics network within the ASEAN countries.
Bridging the digital divide in ASEAN is critical to the socio-economic development in the region. The Master Plan will help to bridge the digital divide in ASEAN by improving the region's connectivity. It will support the adoption of digital technology and digital solutions throughout ASEAN and create international opportunities for even the smallest business.
In Snapfit, we have collected consumer data in terms of who they are, how do they spend their money, where do they spend it, and when do they spend it. If this data is to be shared within the ASEAN region with proper governance policies, it could potentially transform the business landscape of ASEAN. This data is a powerful tool for businesses to know who the consumer are and to help businesses make better business decisions, not to rely on intuition but on reliable consumer data.
Micro, small and medium-sized enterprises are crucial to ASEAN success. Through supporting the adoption of digital technologies and promoting a positive digital environment, the master plan will ensure these companies and the region's economies continue to benefit and grow. It will help to connect businesses to the resources they need, open up fresh, innovative digital avenues to trade and finance.
As we move into having the right policies, the programs and the incentives, putting in the payment gateway, tracking of the percentages of businesses to go online, it must be inclusive. The governments of all ASEAN member states must also penetrate to the rural areas. All member states need to be concerted in our effort as we integrate our SMEs to meet the demands of Industrial Revolution 4.0 so that they can contribute higher to the overall GDP of ASEAN.
Cultivating a culture of sharing best practices on open data is a priority in ASEAN. The Master Plan on ASEAN Connectivity 2025 supports ASEAN ICT Master Plan 2020 to achieve the objective of open data network. It will guide ASEAN member states towards improving the delivery of publicly available information and public services as part of the focus to empower and connect citizens and stakeholders. Some of the biggest beneficiaries are citizens and local firms, and the largest opportunities are in sectors such as education and transport. For example, parents and students can now make more informed decisions about choices of schools, while travelers can make better informed decisions about travel modes and routes. In this world of open data, it's equally important to ensure a safe and trusted digital environment in ASEAN. The Master Plan will enhance personal data protection and data management in ASEAN by identifying best practices, potential areas of improvement, and exploring opportunities to build a safe and trusted digital ecosystem in the region. The Master Plan on ASEAN Connectivity 2025, connecting ASEAN to a digital world of opportunities.
And that is the latest news in the Southeast Asian nations. Stay updated about the ASEAN region. I'm Monica Velasco and I am one with 25.